Oh, didn't see you come in there. No, just kidding. All right, hey guys. Moving along through the night vision tube spec data points, we're going to hit the next one. The next one is another somewhat misunderstood data point, but line pair resolution, right? So line pair resolution isn't important. The answer again, MET-TC, maybe, maybe not. So line pair resolution really only makes a difference if you're talking clip-on night vision devices. So something that goes in line with a day optic that allows you to magnify and zoom in and have a long distance precision capability at night. So PVS 22s, PVS 24s, PVS 24 LRs, PVS 27, PVS 30, and the other variety of Knights armament systems and other systems on the market. Those are clip-on night vision devices, and that's a topic for a different day and time. Those things in and of themselves are very, very specialized, and they're kind of a one-trick pony, but we'll talk about those some other time. Anyway, line pair resolution. Remember from some previous videos, we talked about how night vision works. So you have this component within the intensifier tube called the microchannel plate. The microchannel plate has microchannels. Duh, it's in the name. And basically, as they form those microchannels, they can pack them into the wafer material as wide or as thin as they need to. Currently, the mil-spec standard is 64 line pairs, which if you take a cross section of a or a graphical representation of the microchannel plate, you'll notice that 64 lines or 64 holes, it's going to leave more material between the holes because they're not packed as tightly as, say, an 81 line pair tube or whatever. So what does that mean? That means that, one, they can crank out more larger volumes of 64 line pairs, because in the manufacturing process, you're inevitably going to have some tubes that just don't make it through the manufacturing processes. The walls collapse on the webbing of the microchannel plate, and you've got to shit can that or whatever. Whereas they can pretty much make 64 line pair tubes in their sleep. They've perfected that process. Anyways, in a 1X goggle system, like a pair of duals, PVS 14, whatever, what have you, there is no magnification, and therefore you can't take advantage and see the detail on a say an 81 line pair versus a 64. So you can, especially if you have access to a lot of tubes, you'll often see some 64 line pairs that are quite crispy. I mean, they have great resolution, even compared to an 81 line pair. There's two reasons for this. One, the human eye is not this super refined, calibrated instrument that we can necessarily tell the difference between that those two line pair resolutions. The other one is if you look at L3 Harris and Elbit's line pair resolution ratings or thresholds, if you will. L3 is 57, 64, 72, 81. Elbit 64, 68, 72, 76, 82. Let's just take, for example, a 64 line pair. A 64 line pair could actually be as high as 71 lines per millimeter. But because it doesn't cross that 72 threshold, well, then it has to be listed as the lower number. So that's one reason. And again, the other one is because the human eye is not this super calibrated measurement tool. But you can have some 57 line pair tubes that appear pretty damn good. Certainly on par with some 64 and maybe some 72 line pairs because of the way that the line pairs kind of shake out. remember, guys, so Generation 3 night vision can lose resolution in extremely high light environments. That's why if you look on your data sheet, you have a highlight resolution and then a line pair resolution. The line pair is the resolution when it's dark. The highlight, obviously, as the light levels increase, your resolution is going to drop. It could drop it by as much as 40%, depending on the highlight resolution of the tube and the line pair of the tube. So typical numbers you'll see are 36 or 45 or whatever. I don't think Elbit lists highlight resolution. Only L3 does, but that's a phenomena experienced by Generation 3 night vision is a loss in resolution in extremely high light environments. Gen 2 systems like Photonis, they don't experience that degradation. It's one of the kind of the selling points or the good points of Generation 2 night vision, like Photonis. However, they do not perform as well in low light environments, which is where we typically utilize night vision and want our night vision to excel and work really well. So for that reason, I typically push dudes towards Generation 3 night vision over Generation 2. So again, in a nutshell, that's line pair resolution. Does it matter? Not really, unless we're talking clip-on night vision devices and stuff like that. If you want to measure dicks and be like, oh, I'll have higher FOM and blah, 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 go right ahead. It doesn't mean anything. Again, that's line pair resolution is that other numerator in the FOM equation that, again, unless we're talking clip-on night vision, it don't mean shit. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Thanks for being a patron, and see you guys.